Alright Guardians, this is our weekly solo player's guide to the Nightfall. We do this with all 3 strikes, all 3 classes, Tuesday and Wednesday, 1 class per strike. This is going to be our Hunter on the Warden of Nothing. And if you're going for 100,000 points, I would suggest putting this up. You're handicapped to about 185, maybe 190, depending on how slow you want to go. I like going Solar Singe personally, but if you want to go Arc Singe, that's probably a safer choice. We're also going Heavyweight, Momentum. Now Momentum, I would actually put on if you're going for 100,000 points or not, because there is a section, the Prison of Elders section is actually a lot easier with Momentum on. So, you know, just keep that in mind. If you're having a bit of some difficulty, maybe try throwing that on. And then I would also honestly just go Extinguish, because if you die more than once, maybe twice, you're going to want to reset anyways because you start losing a lot of points. As far as setup goes, we are rocking the Blade Barrage for the first time in a long time with the Shards of Galnor, an old favorite of mine before it got nerfed and before it gets nerfed again. Spare Rations, 4th time's the charm, Rangefinder. So pretty much just like something close range and something long ranged. I just went with 2 close range because I'm not super smart apparently, or at least I don't take my own advice. But just something long range, something short range. So we're going last man standing. So I probably should have had a scout rifle here, maybe a bow. That no turning back bow would actually have been decent, maybe. Or you know, maybe you want to go here, maybe you want to go Oxygen, or you know, that Crimson Days bow. Doing a Howl, maybe, if you want to go like Supremacy or something. And then Whisper of the Worm is what we're going with, but it's actually a little bit easier with Sleeper Simulant because you can literally just like 5 or 6 shot the boss and it's down. I unfortunately am really slow with Whisper of the Worm because I suck at sniping. So you know, if you're good with that, or if you have the Catalyst, which as you can see I do not, haven't even started it, but if you have that, throw that on. That's probably going to do a lot of good. But otherwise, you know, just something solar here and you're going to melt the boss pretty quick. So let's go ahead and jump through this guide really quick. Alright, so as soon as you get here, there are a few enemies you kill on the way here, but it's 1 goblin, so we don't really need to go over that. But once you get here, you just kind of want to take these guys out. Like something like Oxygen would be really good. That's why I said you want something with some long range. That way you can just kind of stay in the tunnel. If you're rocking Sleeper Simulant, you can actually take out that Minotaur from way back, like in the thing, so you don't even take damage here. It might take a little bit longer because I'm really rushing to get my health back and to do all this other stuff, kill all this stuff. But like you can literally just stand back and these guys won't even shoot at you. So if you're having trouble in this section, throw on something with some long range. Maybe like Whisper of the Worm. Yeah, maybe that. But go ahead and just take all those guys out. And you'll have a bit easier time if you have someone with some long range that you can just kind of spam and kill these guys from a distance. But after that, go ahead and scan the thing. Don't even have to wait for the train. Go ahead and just shoot these guys once. You don't have to kill them. Make sure you hit all 3 though. I think I missed that last guy. And as soon as that train hits them, you get the points. And then we're just going to do the same thing over here. Kill this dude. And get the points. And then we're just going to drop down, wait for the trains to go by, kill this dude, and we're going to pop down on our Sparrow. And we're going to kill the Hydra and the Elite Goblin. And then we die, but then we edit it out. So just be careful here, especially with the Hydra. I'm assuming it is going to do some really good damage, even though it's void. Like, watch my health just disappear. So that's that. But go ahead, there's also, I think, another goblin there. Go ahead and take them out. And then just kill these guys up at the top. If you've got Whisper of the Worm, you could probably get your 3 shots in, maybe. 1 for the shield, and then 2 for a shield, 1 on each one. On the third, headshot, and the other one just clean up with like a shotgun or something. These guys go down really quick with a shotgun. As you can see, 2 hits and they're gone. I love Last Man Standing. I know people junk on the curated role, but I actually really like it, to be honest. It's like it is my role. Like, full auto makes it just shoot faster, and then the reload perk, auto loading holster, is just actually really good. And then once you're here, jump up here. That way you don't even have to worry about the trains. I know a lot of people don't do this, but it is so much easier. Throw a grenade down there and kill those guys, or shoot them. Doesn't matter. Grenades are really fast though. But like I said, a lot of people don't do this. I have no idea why. I've seen guides where they say, oh, just be very careful about the trains. Skip the trains, bro. Make it easier for yourself. Jump up there, and you literally just run across. But anyways, super these dudes. Or, use your power ammo like we're about to do, because it didn't kill anybody. Remember to shoot the, as you can see, super slow. Shoot the tanks, not the head, on the incinerators. If you have something with explosive rounds, those will actually do health damage and shield damage to those incinerators for whatever reason, which is pretty awesome, so it'll speed that up just a touch. I used to really love the original, what was it? Devil something like that. Whatever the Crucible hand cannon was in year 1, I loved it for that. That roll was actually, I try and get that roll and I haven't gotten it back yet. But I'm talking about like explosive rounds. But go ahead and just kill all these dudes. You want to make sure you be very careful around those hobgoblins. They will 2-shot you. So be very, very careful. And we're just going to stand back here. And we're going to kill this Hydra really quick. Kill that guy. And then we're just going to move up just enough to get the enemies to spawn in. And we're just literally just going to shoot as many as possible. That way, when they actually start coming across, if they get hit by a train, we get points for it. And remember, if you need to, come running back here. You can even hide back here if you got something with some range on it. Unfortunately, I don't, so I kind of have to stick out like a sore thumb, which is fine. It's whatever. We kill stuff. But save your super if you need to, if you want to, I guess. We use it here in just a second. You could either use it here or on the boss. Doesn't really matter too much. You just want to make sure, like I used it too soon there. If you hit the train, it's going to not go through the train, which kind of sucks, but makes sense at the same time. But as soon as you kill most of these guys, we're going to go up to where these goblins are coming from. And then we're just going to stand up top and clean up the rest of these guys. What you want to do is do at least some damage to every single enemy in here. Because once you get that boss to spawn in and you kill the boss, you will get points for every single enemy you damaged when they despawn. So it's actually faster. Kill a couple of them. Leave leave the Minotaurs alive. Just like shoot them. Like as soon as you do damage to them, you will get points for them when the boss spawns in, which should be relatively soon, actually. And then once he does spawn in, we're going to run back to I don't know what you'd call it, the lobby of this room. And then that way we can just use our Whisper or Sleeper Simulant or Avalanche, whatever you're using, with some relative safety. Here he comes, so be careful of the trains when you're running back. And then we're just going to hop on down to like one of the top stairs. That way the boss shouldn't be able to hit us. And if I was faster, that would have been a precision shot, but that's okay. Just wait for him to come back around. He should come back any second now. Making sure I got those shots. And then once he's dead, everything else should be despawned. The trains should stop, but maybe just wait a second. If you're a little hesitant, that's fine. You might get one more train to go through. Usually doesn't happen, but sometimes it does. So just be careful of that. Jump on through here. And once you get to here, there's going to be a room with 2 Scions and 3 Legionnaires. Kill them really quick. And then in the very next room, there is a wanted enemy. We just let that guy run away. So if you're going for 100,000 points, you might want to kill him. Whisper of the Worm would be good for it. He does have an arc shield, though, so you might want to take that down first. And then there's just a bunch of elite Legionnaires in here, as well as like 2 or 3 elite Incinerators and some Scions. Be very careful of the Scions, because just like the Hobgoblins, they will 2-shot you, so be very, very careful. And then we're just going to use our Whisper to clean up these kills. I'm surprised I actually got that in time. Completely whiffed that shot. Like I said, I'm horrible at sniping. Don't judge me. But you're just going to kind of stick around here. Again, something with some range. If you want to use Borealis, that would actually be pretty helpful too. That way you can at least switch, or hard light if you got that instead. That way you can just take out these guys with all the shields pretty easily without having to put yourself into too much damage, or too much danger, I should say. But go ahead and be very careful of those spike things those Legionnaires throw. As you can see, they hurt a lot. Remember to run around and just kind of get some good angles on these dudes. This area, I would say, wait for your super. Shards of Galnor got nerfed kind of hard, in my opinion. I didn't see too much wrong with it outside of like Blind Well, which is still broken, and Mayhem, which has the same exact problem. So they didn't even fix the problem, in my opinion. They just nerfed it in PvE for no real reason. It was fine before, now it's less than. As long as you hit your shots, these guys just go down pretty quickly. And then I like to come up here and go around the wall instead of, going under the bridge and getting hit by everything. You can kind of sneak around up the stairs just like this. And you can actually kill everything from the side without having to worry about getting sniped. And then once everything is dead, we're just going to hop on up. And then this is why I said you want to hold on to your super. Because this way you can just kind of jump up here and try and get as many of these guys as possible. Like, try and get the Incinerators if at all possible. Of course, I missed the Incinerator completely. Pretty par for my course. But once you kill everything, a cannon will spawn in the back, kind of to our right, or from where we are right now. Pick that up, and then just bring it to you with the middle on the first thing, and then I actually like to just hold on to it. So if you're using like Avalanche, this section is actually really good for that. But pretty much everything else is like Sleeper Simulant and Whisper of the Worm, because they're the best. Even with the nerfs, I think those two are still going to be really good. Though I will say, Whisper should get moved up to the energy slot. if it's not going to do what it does now. Just my opinion. You might disagree, and that's fine. What you want to do, though, is just kill all these dudes with a primary weapon or your grenade. Hold on to your super, if you have it, back. And then with your cannon, there should be dudes over here, and these guys right here. Shoot them with the cannons. Makes it a lot easier. And if you hold down the trigger, it will like charge the shot so you do more damage. And then just come running down here. These guys should be dead if you have the cannon. If not, go ahead and finish them off. Or shotgun them like I have to do now. If you don't have the cannon, maybe you died. If you're not running Extinguish, of course. And then just be very careful when trying to kill these dudes so you don't die. Run around if you need to. We're just kind of freaking out right there. But as soon as you hit the inside the rings, the timer stops on the mines, just so you know. I hate that Minotaurs did that. Make sure you shoot that mine that just spawned in, that I just shot with my shotgun, because that will stop you from being able to sprint, and it will get you killed. Like, unless you're really lucky, so keep that in mind. And then usually there's a second Minotaur that spawns in. Not sure where he went. But once everything else despawns, come over here. We're just going to take these 3 Legionnaires out really fast while the boss is spawning in. Or the mini boss, whatever he wants to be called. And then we're just going to hit the boss. If you have your super, awesome. If not, don't worry about it too bad. And then we are literally just going to do as much killing as possible here. If you have Sleeper, that boss will go down in, I think it's 3 shots. I think if you have the Catalyst, the boss will probably die in like 3 shots as well. And just wait for everything to despawn. You should get points if you've damaged stuff, just like before. But don't quote me on that too much. And then once we jump down here, go to the chest, open the chest, you get nothing, it's a trap, spoiler alert. And then we're at the boss fight. And once you're at the boss fight, there are going to be some Vex and Cabal fighting. Just kill them until the boss will spawn in. And then we're going to stand right next to the 2 pieces of cover. We're pretty much going to stay there the entire time. If you're rocking Sleeper Simulant, I think I said at the beginning of the video, takes like 5 or 6 shots to kill him. Whisper of the Worm takes a few more, but he'll still go down pretty quick. If you don't kill him fast enough, you will get some enemies that spawn in, and the boss will teleport. You'll see it here in this video. So just stay by here. And you should be safe from like the solar blast the boss does. Just kind of shoot whatever adds start shooting at you, if any. And then just go on and like kind of peek around corners and shoot at the boss. Like, I don't even worry about the other enemies. Like, because back here, they're all going to be fighting each other. So that's going to do it for this video. Hopefully it helped you out. If it did, hit the like button, hit subscribe if you're new to the channel. And as always, stay positive, be happy, be healthy. Live long and prosper, and I hope you guys have an awesome week.
feel it. The light is back. We're back. Eyes out, Guardian.